This 3-Minute Egg is sponsored by MCAD, hosting the traveling exhibition Studio Furniture, The Next Generation, opening reception January 22nd, and a lecture by Wendell Castle January 29th. Howard Hamilton and Laura Bennett met over a mutual appreciation of each other's visual art, but it was only a matter of time before music became the center of their attention and the center of the public's attention toward them. As a duo, they call themselves the Red Pens. They were named one of the top bands of 2009 by Radio K, and we're at First Avenue for a Best of 2009 showcase. Focusing on the Red Pens and several other bands. We're going to listen to some of their set at First Avenue and also go into their basement apartment that they share, look at some of their visual art, and talk with them about how that bleeds into their musical art on this edition of 3-Minute Egg.
Tried to do these collaborations in art, and it just didn't end up really happening.
Collaborating is a lot more difficult than it sounded.
So during the times when we were hanging out, we ended up just getting together a lot and making art together separately. And one day we got together and the art just wasn't really happening, and we decided to jam. I had a room that was, capable for playing, and it was just kind of like we clicked immediately playing. So that's what started it all. I mean, we have so much in common that we discovered originally through the art and then opened up through the music. I've been a guitar player since I was a little kid, and I've been in a bunch of guitar bands, and then I took about 5 or 6 years off, and I made music that was strictly on the computer with loops and beats and samples. And that's where I was at when I met Laura, and I'd actually kind of given up on making music. I just felt like the projects that I was doing it wasn't getting satisfactory sort of attention, and I had made a record that no one wanted to put out, and I was focusing on my art, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be done with music for a while. I had never really played with a drummer that actually listened to what I was doing. So when I started playing with her, and I could feel that feeling of speeding up and slowing down, and if I stopped, she would stop dead on instantly. I never felt that feeling before. Lyrically, I'm writing more about things that are happening to us. And the songs are kind of almost all about us in some offhanded way. And
I don't write lyrics, but I'll be like, hey, there's this idea I have, and he goes, hold on a second, and you get a thought, then you write that thought down, and his song's built like...
The lyrics are about the art that we make, too. The thing that makes it possible for it to be a two-piece band and still sound full is I'm doing live looping, and there's some background loops in the music, and I recorded the album on the computer. So it's kind of like I'm taking everything that I've learned over the course of every band that I've been in and putting it into this band.
I feel like since the band has been doing so well that it's drawn more attention to my art as far as I get to put it on the t-shirts once in a while, or put it on the album, make posters, or sometimes I'll make little paintings and bring them to shows and sell them at the merch booth, little tiny little ones. But I feel like what I paint is kind of like what I think sounds look like.
My plan, I have kind of a funny plan where I plan to do when I'm about 50 years old, I'm going to start doing my art full time, and I'm building up my sort of library of images and techniques right now.